Hello everyone! Today we're going to take a look at Tier3D, world's first phone with human-like intelligence. This is a project on Indiegogo and so far they've raised $52,000, but more on that later. Let's just focus on the phone for now. It's an AI integrated smartphone, and they're basically trying to take AI to the next level. I'm telling you all this right now because trust me, it's only going to make less sense as we go on. So let's take a look.
AI Phone is the world's first phone with human-like intelligence. It has special sensors and design for enabling crowdsourced artificial intelligence. The human-like intelligence on the phone seamlessly blends with your consciousness and predicts what you're likely to do, and automatically gives you options like, call John, play music for running, send mail to the boss, should I create a presentation for tomorrow's meeting?
Yes, it syncs with your mind. It's weird that they're touting groundbreaking AI, but the questions you see here are the same things you would ask like a smart speaker. If it's truly synced up to your brain, then it should never have to ask. And it'll be downloading porn constantly.
Tier3D light field sensor uses special electronics and artificial intelligence to estimate ambient light field and true texture of the objects in the scene.
What he's describing right here is a graphical feature called ray tracing, but he's doing a horrible job showing it off if everything looks like a Wii game.
Another part of the system is an online MindNet social portal, which allows you to share and publish AI, content, apps, and algorithms and monetize them.
Alright, so the gist here is that they're trying to make a phone that has AI as close to human intelligence as possible, and somehow they're going to crowdsource the development.
MindNet is an online social portal, which gives you the status of the various tasks and games, social and sharing notifications, and allows social interactions. It's also a marketplace and allows you to publish content, apps, AI algorithms, and monetize them.
Alright, so get this, I tried it and that website is active right now. It doesn't have what it shows on the screen like that whole social media crowdsourcing thing. Instead, it's more like a placeholder, but under their philosophy section, I saw this little gem. AHI-enabled mixed reality's time is here and now, and we will do whatever it takes to build it. This is indeed a moonshot, and we are not taking any prisoners to make it happen. Yeah, so sorry guys, if I disappear again, you can safely assume that I've been executed on the battlefield. I'm just a soldier in the crowdfunding war. There's no honor on this battlefield.
Mind Studio is an AI composer application, which allows you to create apps, content, and games without programming or creating artwork. Just use an interactive session to describe what you want, and Mind Studio creates the content for you.
Okay, so this is not your typical AI. He's actually giving instructions for the computer to make its own game.
First game console to self-create games without coding or developer assistance.
Ugh, I just got some chills. Did anyone else feel that? Well, anyhow, you really gotta look at this description right here. This beach is a normal USA West Coast beach with normal people. There is sudden lockdown of the beach, so the people are perpetually locked into the beach. The people here do not need to eat, drink, or go to the toilet. Yeah, you see, because that's a very important part of game development, knowing whether your character can dump ass or not. We're off to a good start. Or we'll just end right there. Yep, there's no outro or anything. Where does the story go from here? Who the fuck knows? They don't even know. Alright, so I got a few problems with this project. First off, there's no way to actually buy the phone yet. Even in the rewards, you can't pre-order. It's hard to understand from the tiers, but what you're actually doing is booking a phone. Like reserving your spot on a waitlist. And what the hell is going on with that camera thing? Who wants a phone with a camera that faces at a 90-degree angle? Isn't that like an early photography thing? What, does it come with one of those little hoods too? Plus, I don't know a lot about phones, but I know that people are bitching constantly about that stupid notch on current smartphones. So how are people gonna react when there's an entire flap on the side of your phone that's pretty much useless? The styling here is awful. They're also trying to bring out a smartwatch with it, and it looks so gaudy. It's like something a middle-aged guy wears when he's trying to impress a hooker up in Reno, but she already figured out his broke ass is using a debit card. He looks fucking terrible, and then, whoa, holy shit, what the fuck is that? I think this is a behind-the-scenes look at the movie Bolly Runner. Now I know you must be thinking, come on StopDrop&Retro, it's just a prototype. The real thing isn't gonna look all vaporwave like that. But no, you're wrong. Check out this press release. Fuck yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Tier3D phone and watch have radical new design. You're goddamn straight they do. They just need to make sure there's no interference with the AI when you're cutting up coke on that lens. But speaking of prototypes, we gotta take a look at these. It looks like they're using off-the-shelf parts here. If I really tried, I could probably pin down what they are, but I can't be bothered to. That is really the least of their problems you're gonna find out. Like, what the fuck is this? It says field sensor proto, and so I think it's supposed to be this part of the phone, I think. But what I do know is that I can't help myself from adding drool right here on the bottom. And here's the reverse side of that VR headset. I have no idea if any of that is working properly. They post a few demonstration videos, but you can't tell what's going on in there because they all have that shitty Bin Laden VHS quality. It looks like someone smuggled a VHS tape out of the country and hand-delivered it to YouTube. But the part that amuses me the most are those stripes on the prototypes. At first I thought they were just part of the texture or whatever material they're using, but then when I looked closer I saw that no, those are hand-drawn with a marker. So just imagine this, it's crunch time, the Indiegogo campaign is just about to start. At some point the creator decided that the best thing he could do at the last minute to improve his product was to add circus stripes drawn by hand. Alright, let's get back to their claims now. I can't emphasize enough how hard it is to truly get a feel for the scope of what they're trying to accomplish here with this AI. Like I told you, it's way more than what you saw in the initial pitch video. They have another video that introduces us to the team, and that does a much better job of describing their ambitious goals.
We think we have achieved a truly path-breaking product that allows you to reinvent reality that you can only dream of. So, for example, let me give you an example. You take Hunger Games. You may have seen the movie Hunger Games. You can actually be the game creator in Hunger Games, where you can take popular characters whom you like from your everyday life. You can take the president, or you can take your neighbor, you can take your girlfriend, and you can put them into this arena, and then you can have them play the game. And while the game is playing, you can even add some wild animals if you wanted to, and you can just see how the whole system evolves. And you can even experience the whole Hunger Games by immersing yourself using our mixed reality goggles.
Like I said, they're basically trying to make the closest thing to a human in AI form. Not really an AI assistant, more like an AI employee. If you can think it, it will make it. But stop for a minute, let me ask the creator, do you really think that's a good idea? Look at what you've made so far. And you're telling me you want the phone to mirror your intelligence and work for you. So the results are going to be identical? Is his smartphone just going to create shitty crowdfunding campaigns? Is it going to draw stripes on everything? I've already covered in several episodes that making good AI is incredibly hard to do. It requires so many different types of technology to work in harmony, and almost none of those pieces are ready for it at this point in time. Personally, I doubt it will ever happen within our lifetime. There are multi-billion-dollar companies trying to do this, and they're all making incremental progress. Advanced AI is not something people are going to come up with by tinkering around in their basement. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it sure as fuck didn't start on Indiegogo. But this creator still has his believers, including a Nobel Prize winner. We'll get to him soon. And there's one team member who has the best title I think I've ever seen on a project. He's a product evangelist, or as the rest of us call him, that one guy who's always in the Discord server. And he does a spot-on impression of a high Jeff Goldblum.
We've developed a headset so comfortable that you can wear it hours on end. Turning your world from 3 dimensions with laws that you've grown up knowing into this magical land where anything is possible.
Yes, you can turn it into anything that you want.
Yep, this is one of those projects. Just like Retroland or Planet Oton X, the creator believes in his imaginary world so much that he may as well be selling you a timeshare to it. And mind you, all that exists right now are those prototypes, and they're not exactly inspiring confidence here, even if those stripes do add 10 horsepower. So how deranged do you have to be to think that any of this is possible? Well, that's a good question, and I think his previous campaigns can help us get an answer. His last project was for Z-Point Energy, biggest discovery of science. There's a few problems here. For one, he asked for $2 million, but then later says he needs $10 million. But actually, that's not really a problem. You see, he went with the flexible goal, so you can sleep easy at night. Don't worry, he still took the money. He made about $4 grand here, so it's all good. You'll also notice he uses the term unlimited energy supply, which is another way of describing a perpetual motion machine, which is impossible and a waste of everyone's time. I'm not even going to get into it. I know there are supporters out there. If you don't believe me, go try it yourself. The time you waste will serve as an education and a punishment all in one. So yeah, he created a campaign to make a perpetual motion machine, but even that isn't the most surprising thing in here. His fantasy includes creating a spaceship which seems to be an aircraft carrier with a trash can on top, and I can swear I saw a villain use it on Scooby-Doo once. And I like how in the background you can see the universe exploding because, I mean, by this point, God has had entirely too much of our shit and decided to smite us all. He's also got plans for an unlimited fuel car, which appears to be made out of bags of Doritos, and the Kool-Aid Man's evil twin, back from his vacation in Jonestown, I see. But I assure you, this is all possible. He's got the proof. And you're gonna agree when you feast your eyes on this. Ta-da! Pretty cool, huh? What, you don't know what that is? Oh, come on, you don't see it? Cut the bullshit, you're really gonna pretend you don't know what that is. What you're looking at right here, my friend, is time travel! Okay, I'll admit, I have no fucking clue what the hell this device is telling us. But according to our creator, this proves that we could send data 10 nanoseconds back in time. And I should let you know that 1 nanosecond is 1/1000th of a second. But this is 10 of them, think about that, that's 10 times better! Just think of what we could prevent with 10 nanoseconds worth of warning! And these aren't his only projects, he's got more over at ResearchGate. Most of them are about breaking the speed of light. Because I mean, why stop at perpetual motion or time travel? You may as well go for the Triple Crown in impossible sciences. And why does he want to go faster than light? Well, duh, it's to, solve global warming? Yes, you see, this ties in with that last Indiegogo we just saw. He wants to break the speed of light, which will grant him unlimited energy, and a spaceship, which will then be used to solve the global warming crisis. Yeah, you can tell I'm starting to think this guy isn't playing with a full deck. But he's got a powerful ally on that front. He already has some support in the scientific community. Unfortunately for him though, that support comes from Nobel Prize winner Brian Josephson. Now that's no joke, this guy is a real Nobel Prize winner. He got it in 1962 by discovering the Josephson effect. That's a big deal when they decide to name an effect after you. But from what I read in his bio, it seems he fell off the deep end in the 70s. That led him into meditation and quantum mysticism, Indian gurus, homeopathy, and parapsychology like mind reading and telepathy and shit.
Perhaps the insights obtained through transcendental meditation may be able to help us here.
At one point, he even thought spoonbending was a newly discovered form of energy, rather than a newly discovered form of scamming, which it actually was. There's a lot of people in the scientific community who see him as a quack, and I'd say rightfully so. It also says on his wiki page that he repeatedly criticizes science by consensus, which I don't understand how that's a bad thing. It should be a consensus. I like it when scientists agree on what science is. I assume what Josephson wants is an appeal to authority. He wants people to believe in his brand of mysticism because he won the Nobel Prize. What he doesn't like is that a consensus of scientists say he's full of shit. I mean, good lord, they should take back his Nobel Prize and melt it down to something more useful. Like a butt plug. That is, assuming the Nobel Prize is not already up his ass. Which I don't believe it is. Because I think it's impossible for him to have both his head and the metal up his ass at the same time. This guy believes all kinds of wacky shit. But even with all that, I had a hard time believing this guy was a real supporter. I figured that maybe the creator met this guy in the hallway one day, mentioned something about an aircraft carrier, the old codger says, hey, good idea, and next thing you know, his name is on the Indiegogo campaign. That would be so easy to do. But no, it turns out it is real. Here's a post he made on ResearchGate, and it says, since it is being suggested that this is fake news, I would like to confirm that I have agreed to be an advisor for this project. Details at Tier3D.com. So there he is confirming it. Let's let him own this L. And I'm so glad he's giving it all of his support because the scam could not be more obvious. Let me show you how. Like I said, the campaign has raised $52,000 so far, and the creator decided on a $50,000 fixed goal. That means if he doesn't get to $50,000, he gets nothing. But if he raises at least $50,000, he keeps it all. And like I said, he already passed that. Now, he reached his goal very early in the campaign based on the first two donations. The first was an anonymous pledge for $25,000, and right after that, an unknown amount from a Sandeep N02. Based on the early reporting from this campaign, it's very clear that that private amount was $25,000 as well. Now, I'm recording this on Monday, the campaign is only 12 days old. So then why was there a press release 27 days ago saying, Indiegogo campaign is nearing $50,000 in raise? That's 15 days before the campaign even started. And who authored this press release? Shalinder Singh, the creator of this project. How could he know that they would immediately raise $50,000 2 weeks in advance unless he was behind it? Oh wait, I forgot, he has access to time travel. Yes, he sent the data for this press release back in time, that's how it worked. No, he rigged it to get over that threshold to look successful and keep everyone else's money. And do you want some more proof? Let's take a look at that earlier campaign again. You can see that in that one he contributed to his own campaign. Gee, I wonder who that anonymous donor was. And hello, who do we have here? It's our old buddy Sandeep NO2. You can see that he only contributes to Shalander's campaigns, and I think I know why. I believe his real name is Sandeep Nair, and on Angel.com it says he's part of Shalander's company. It lists him as an investor and an employee. However, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even think this guy exists. It is possible he's just an alias for Shalander. I'm going to read you what he said about Shalander, and you tell me if you think he's real. He is the brightest person I have ever known and completely capable of doing radical things. When we were working together in Israel, he solved 100 international maths Olympiad problems in a day. At work, he created a code generator to complete his work at the office, and he used to spend his time working on physics. I had to look it up. I didn't know what the International Mathematical Olympiad was, but it's an annual competition and it's pretty much like the Smart People Olympics. They even get medals, it's crazy. Anyway, teams of students are given mathematical problems to solve. The competition consists of 6 problems over the course of 2 days. On each day, the students are given 3 problems and 4.5 hours to solve them. This guy is saying Shalander solved 100 in a day. Bullshit. He doesn't do mathematics, he does methmatics. You'll also find Shalander in the comments just spouting random nonsense. Check out this comment. As the architect of Matrix says, denial is the most predictable of all human responses, but rest assured this will be real and will take the world by storm. We also power an electric bulb for a week without any battery or power connection. Again, you see, unlimited energy, perpetual motion, that's what this guy is all about. But I wanted to find this quote for myself and I couldn't find it anywhere. It doesn't match up to anything, but he says it was made by the architect of Matrix. So, I mean, his system, is it called Matrix? What is this? I was stumped for a while, but then I just put in the first sentence by itself, and there it was.
I am the architect. I created the Matrix.
He's quoting The Matrix Reloaded.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses.
I can't believe I have to fucking say this. If someone is trying to tell you they're smart, a good place to stop listening is when they start quoting The Matrix Reloaded, okay? How are the scientists not vetting this guy? Brian isn't the only one that got roped in. There's also this Stanford guy, I don't know what the fuck he does. But you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. We are living in an age when science is being criticized by the looniest fucking people around. And you guys have decided you're gonna support a scam. How wonderful. Thank you for your contribution. I kind of figure with Brian that ship has sailed. He has no reputation left to protect. I actually think it's a very tragic story. I'm sure people had a lot of faith in him when he was younger. He showed so much promise. And then he threw it all away. And I bet you it's because he was chasing some hairy pussy all the way to Bangalore. You're hearing this from a guy who spent 3 years in college as a vegan. Trust me, Brian, I know the allure of the hairy hippie pussy. Thank God I gave that shit up before they had me hurling Molotov cocktails at Ronald McDonald. But here we are today. We have a Nobel laureate in physics who openly supports scams. He can add that to his legacy along with all the other bullshit like parapsychology, quantum mysticism, telekinesis, OJ's innocence. Sir, you will not be missed. You are a blight on scientific progress. In fact, I hope you die a horrible, prolonged, fiery death. Oh shit, what the fuck is this? Oh shit, I'm getting a reading here. Brian, you were right about all this telepathy stuff. I can read Shalander's mind. He says he's a total fraud. He says you're the easiest fucking mark he ever came across. And he thanks you for the thousands of dollars you helped him collect. So there you go, Brian. After Shalander abandons this campaign just like he did the last one, my parapsychotic abilities will be proven. But you know what? I really have to give Shalander some credit here. He actually did make a scientific breakthrough. You see, the thing that's always intrigued people about perpetual motion is that you're trying to get something for nothing. If you succeed, you will get unlimited energy at zero cost and for very little effort. Now, Shalander did not achieve unlimited energy, but he did find a way to get something for nothing. Congratulations, Shalander. You have discovered the Indiegogo effect. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.